This is the Black Berserker Podcast, where the revolution will be televised. Bolo Black here. What's going on, everybody? It's been a while. I had to take a week off, last week because, I have it's an anniversary that I have, on January 10th of every year. And it's real personal, so, I take that time away. So that's why y'all didn't get a show last week. But, hey, we here today. I wanted to also say, I know y'all know I've been bouncing around between, what day that this show will air on and what day that this show won't. I started out on Fridays, then I thought that wasn't feasible, so I had jumped to Tuesdays. Found out that was even less feasible, so back to Fridays. In case y'all don't know, I have another podcast as well called the BKL Sessions, with my partner, Ronnie B. So, that premieres every Wednesday. And so, just having a balance of the two, because balance is everything. And I don't want one to fall by the wayside no more than I want the other one to fall by the wayside. So, back at it. I promise y'all that I'm not gonna switch it again. Well, I can't promise that, but listen, I'm not gonna switch it again. This is where I'm comfortable at. I'm not gonna switch it again. Fridays is what it is, y'all. And also, I'm going to be bringing it back to, YouTube as well. So, Spotify and YouTube is where you'll be able to catch, the Black Berserker. Before we get started, I want to let y'all know that the show is sponsored by Sovereign Sound Music Group and by Big 50 Media. So, with that being said, let's see where we are today. Man, I really want to jump into the whole brass tacks of things. See, there we go again. I knew I was leaving something out. My band, Unrest. We dropped our single, Unrest Anthem, on January 15th. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and you can also get our single on our Bandcamp page. Yeah, we're at Bandcamp as well. And from this point on, we're working on our album, our debut album, PTSD. And this is definitely a good way to segue into what I want to talk about. Artists. We as artists, we want to get the most out of our music. I understand that. We want to have our music on as many platforms as we want to have it. I understand that as well. But all platforms good platforms. That's where I'm at today. Bringing up the streaming platforms, from Spotify to Apple Music. Well, not Apple Music, but listen, I am not about to just, throw these names out here. But what I will say is this, and this is how I feel on the music side. Where music is concerned, these streaming platforms are robbery without a gun. They're robbery without a gun. Have you ever even looked at what an artist gets from streaming? I mean, have you even looked at like how many streams does it take to see a certain amount of money? And see, I don't want to misquote anything. So, basically what I'm doing is just laying an example out there, okay? So don't quote me, don't be like, well, no, that's not what it says. I'm getting as close to it as I can because I don't have my research right here with me, but I did research it. But I think everybody knows what I'm talking about without me having to say the accurate, number. But it's like you put out a project and you like $5 for like 10,000 streams or something like that. I think that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. What artists have to go through just to get $1 off of the streams. It's ridiculous. And we know this. I mean, well, I'm hoping that most artists have learned this by now. But why? Why does it take so much for an artist to get that little bit of change off of these astronomical streams? I mean, come on. Honestly, me, the way I would do it, and the way that I plan on doing it. I mean, I've said this, but people look at me like I'm crazy. But I will only use the streaming sites for singles only. Singles only, nothing else. You know what I'm saying? You put singles up there, in and out. You're good. Let the chips fall where they may. But that could also get people to gravitate to wherever your music really is. And where your music really should be, where I feel, have you a website. Have you a website where people can get your albums exclusively. Because if you got people out there that really mess with your music, that are really fans and supporters, especially supporters, they're going to go to that website and they're going to get that music. But to put a whole album on these streaming sites, especially for underground or independents, people that ain't in the mainstream, that's exercise of futility. That's insanity. But see, that's how they got us conditioned as well. You know, oh, get on Spotify, get on iTunes, this, that, you know. Listen, I've said this many times. If you ain't in the mainstream or got a serious machine behind you or a solid fan base and you a regular cat like me, which most of y'all are, even though a lot of y'all act Hollywood like y'all superstars, and I know on the cool that y'all really ain't. Your music will get buried under those who have those machines behind them, who have that mainstream success. You will not get seen unless you direct people to your links. And then a lot of times you see how far that goes, because everybody ain't messing with you. I don't care how good you are, everybody ain't messing with you. Because when people see you breaking ground and doing something that's different, they don't like that. So what's the point? What's the point? But get you a website together. Get you a website where all your music can be found, all your content, where your fans and supporters can go. Have that also. Man, I lost my train of thought right there. I forgot what I was actually gonna say after that. But yeah, that's what you do. Oh, and also, Bandcamp is a good place to put your music as well, because people that mess with you and they want your music right away, they'll pay for it. They will pay for it. They can go there, they can buy the music. If you got a PayPal account, as soon as they buy it, straight to you. Straight to you. But there are so many ways to do this now without having to follow their damn narrative, which eventually leads the real artist, or the artist period, down the road to nowhere. It does. And that's where I'm at right now with this as far as my music. I just plan on putting singles out on the streaming sites. Singles only. But if you want the albums, the projects, you'll be able to either, check them out on my YouTube channels, or you go to my website, or you go to Bandcamp and get them. Cause listen, y'all, we gotta change the narrative. We have to change the narrative. They've already taken so much from us as artists. And they still taking. And they ain't gonna stop taking. I mean, come on now. Come on, we seeing the streaming platforms, their shadiness. We're seeing the labels with their shadiness. Oh boy, we definitely seeing the labels with their shadiness. That's been here since labels was a thing. But I mean, we got to do better as artists if we really care about, what we're doing. I mean, you got artists out here that they just want to be that overnight success. They just want to be that next big thing. But then, where are you after that? Where are you after that? To all my artists out there that are on that, I don't know if y'all pay attention or not, but like y'all favorite artists, have you ever noticed that when your favorite artist outlives their usefulness, they're placed on the back burner, and then you see another artist come out reminiscent of them? Especially with the female artists. And we all know right now, it's looking like these girls is like the coin of the realm when it comes to, music. But have you ever noticed the just the way that things go? Do you notice the what's the word? See, here we go. Do you notice the method of operation? I'm just gonna say that. Do you notice the MO? Like, for instance, female artists. I'll give you case in points. You had Nicki Minaj. Nicki was that chick. Nicki was that chick. And I mean, I still think she's dope. I still think she's dope. I always thought she was dope. But then, after her run, you had Cardi B come in. She's still doing her thing. But as you see, I ain't gonna say it's dwindling, but I don't feel like the iron is striking as hot as it was, because then here come Megan. And even with Megan right now, I don't feel that the iron is striking as hot as it was. Now, who's the next ones? You got Lotto. You got Glorilla. Even throw Ice Spice in there. They are like, those are the next ups. And they're going to be vying for that spot in a while. So it's going to be a snowball effect like it always is. And that be with artists, period. So, to all my fellow artists who want to be that next big thing, that hot topic, always remember this. You get up there, you better take it for what it's worth. Because while you're doing what you're doing, they're busy grooming another you. And as cruel and as fucked up that might seem, that's what it is. Like, music these days, it ain't what it was. It's not. It's not. It's like Face said on the Ghetto Boys podcast. Back in the day, you used to be able to differentiate each artist from their styles, their cadence, their rhythms, their production, all of that. But it's like he said now, you listen to it now, especially, I'm talking about the rap side in particular. It all now sounds like one long ass song. No individuality. No individuality. And that's these labels putting out what I like to call assembly line music. And that was one reason why it switched genres as well. Not for the simple fact that I got songwriters' blood in me, and that I got musicians' blood in me, but I just didn't want to be a part of a genre that to me is dead. I mean, Nas said it best, and anybody can argue with me if they want to. Hip hop is dead. And a lot of times, you do gotta let something die for it to be able to, you know, for there to be a resurgence. But yeah, it's definitely crazy where music is nowadays. It's a hot mess, and I wanted to keep doing music that would resonate with people, giving people something that they can feel, you know. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. And I really want to thank, you know, the love I've been getting from the metal community lately, the love that my band has been getting from the metal community lately, from the rock community. The love is overwhelming. I can honestly say right now, music is fun again for me. Music is fun again for me. And man, I'm telling you guys, I never felt better as an artist than I do right now. A lot of things in the works. Like I said, our album PTSD, the way we moving, I want to say that there'll be a summer release for it. And shows. We'll definitely keep y'all apprised to, you know, show dates and everything, because we will be doing them. Won't be doing a lot of them a year because we want to maintain our exclusivity. That's the word. Man, I get so flustered and tongue-tied with that word every time I try to say it. And I probably still didn't say it right. But, you know, yeah, we got those things coming. And I'm about to start working on my my solo album, Bolo Black album, Unabomber. Got a single out right now from Unabomber, Apex Predator. Probably drop one more single, maybe two, depending with how things are going with Unrest. Definitely gonna drop, you know, one more single off of the Unabomber album. That's not gonna be dropping until, you know, probably this time next year, because I really want it to be right, because it's gonna be one of those things. It's definitely gonna be, you know, a great body of work. But back to the topic at hand, what I was talking about with the streaming platforms. Artists, my fellow artists, y'all know me. I'm the game giver. I'm always giving up game where I can, because I love my fellow artists. We are in this together, and we have to be there for each other. It's the only way. But just think about what I've said. Just think about what I've said. If not for me, for yourself. Because y'all know they doing this wrong. They have been for years. And all they do is dress it up different. But it still comes down to the same low down, dirty ass stuff. Of my artists, my fellow artists, time to change the narrative. And if y'all, I only got one question. What are you afraid of? What are y'all afraid of? You'll probably end up getting a better result than what you're getting now. Or even if you're getting the same result, it ain't going to be at their hands. It'll be at your own hands. Sink or swim, it'll all be on you. Better that than somebody else stringing you along, treating you like you a hoe off the street. Because you know what this is about, this music. It's like pimps and hoes, y'all know that. But the question is, which one is y'all? Which one is you? Because ain't nobody pimping me. Ain't nobody pimping me. So, to all my fellow artists, man, get the wind behind y'all backs. Take full control of y'all music. And don't let no one pigeonhole y'all. Don't let no one try to show y'all. Don't let no one try to make y'all ride their narrative. Because at the end of the day, it's y'all music. Y'all wrote that shit. And you should be able to get the most of it. You should get the most of it. Because that's what's owed to you. So, on that note, this has been the Black Berserker Podcast. End the transmission.